Hello and welcome to yet another nerdy behind-the-scene video. Ubisoft proposed us to produce a short based on Rainbow Six Siege together with the guys at Melagoodo and Smiles Makers, two crews that feature some of the biggest names in the Italian YouTube business. Personally, I'm a fan of Rainbow Six since its first release in 1998, so there was no way I was gonna say no to this, and they knew it. Our previous video game-based effort, Metal Gear Solid Philanthropy, was a very stage and plot-based project, like the game itself. Siege is an online tactical shooter based on teamwork, so we thought the best way to convey that experience into a video was a live-action gameplay video. A classic Rainbow Six match, 5 attackers versus 5 defenders. The attackers need to navigate the level, retrieve some sensible data and exfiltrate. The defenders must prevent any of this from happening.
Our friends YouTubers had the task of impersonating iconic characters from the game like Mute, Montaigne, Termite and so on. But there was a problem. Despite being very talented entertainers, they don't exactly look like action heroes. Luckily, most Rainbow Six characters were balaclava, so there was no need for Jason Statham-grade jawbones in this specific case. But there were still two things we needed to make sure of. They needed to be properly equipped and they needed to be able to move and act in a tactical way. A number of sponsors gave us a hand to solve the equipment problem. BO sent us some amazing full metal software guns, Helikon-Tex provided us with urban tactical clothing, and Rada with holsters and tactical jackets. Extrema gave us military knives and Konus gave us red dots and optics. A big thanks goes also to Military Store and to our soft gunner friends, Pierre, Francesca and Ivan, who lent us a lot of equipment and helped us on set. All in all, thanks to this sponsor, we were able to keep the production affordable without compromising on the costume quality. Training, though, was an even bigger challenge. We had 3 days to prepare the actors and shoot the video. 3 days total to put the guys in condition to work with weapons and movements in a believable way. That's where our friends of the Guardians Worldwide stepped in. They are a team of actual military contractors. God knows in which corner of the world they are right now. Hi guys. So they planned a super intensive boot camp that really pushed the boys to the test, and they also helped us by interpreting a couple of key roles themselves. Holding a gun and moving about correctly was not all we needed though. Our actors needed to know how to act as a team, which is all Rainbow Six is really about. To achieve that, we made use of an amazing new laser training system called LEX.
Durante le riprese di questo video abbiamo usato il sistema LAX proprio per permettere agli attori di poter provare a ingaggiare realmente degli altri operatori, quindi a immedesimarsi nella parte e ad acquisire, sebbene in 2 giorni, quel minimo di capacità sia tecniche che capacità nel movimento e nell'uso del corpo che altrimenti sarebbe stato impossibile riuscire a trasmettergli senza un qualcosa del genere. Come con l'arma vera io sparo, non è che vedo il proiettile che va piano, sparo e colpisco. Allo stesso modo qui sparo e colpisco, e anche questo può essere montato su un'arma a salve, su un'arma chiamiamola giocattolo o comunque una non arma per quanto simile, oppure su un'arma vera con un munizionamento dedicato come proiettili speciali UTM o FX.
It was hard at first, but after a bit of struggle they performed really well, and I think they also had some fun. So we had our actors ready and our location ready, but that was not enough to give our viewers the sensation of being inside a Rainbow Six game.
We never tried a first-person video before, and trying to replicate the experience of an FPS is a very delicate job. There is a sort of visual code that gamers expect you to respect. Some of our favorite YouTube creators, such as Sam and Nico from Corridor Digital, have a strong tradition of such videos. We took inspiration from their work and we tried to improve the FPS camera sensation by building a rudimentary camera rig, which is clamped to the weapon of the POV characters. It combines 3 GoPro cameras, Camera 1 is positioned on a FAU stabilized gimbal and it is the standard view during the video. The shot remains stable, but the weapon is free to move around, which happens in almost any FPS. Camera 3 is in narrow mode and aligned to the gun sight, and it's used when the POV characters fire with precision. Camera 2 is used to interpolate and allow for a quick and effective transition in post between Cam 1 and 3.
Just as the transitions between cameras, the rest of the game-like experience had to be added in post through a large number of VFX contributions. The most interesting shots are a few scenes where parts of the setting are physically demolished by Sledge and Thatcher to gain access to new areas, as it happens in the game. Then we added the head-up display and the game stats that are as close to the original as possible, and a map view to scout the environment at the beginning of the match. Since we wanted to add a layer of realism and not just imitating the visuals from the game, besides adding muzzle flashes and explosions and smoke, we implemented a gas mask effect whenever our POV character was equipped with such items, along with all the dust, scratches and humidity effects that come with it.
Most of the sound and music team behind MGSP2 was also at work here. Julia Pagering was doing the on-set recording, Glenn Goa was the sound design and mix mastermind. The music was once again done by Daniel James, who also wrote music for The Phantom Pain, Terminator Genesis and Call of Duty Black Ops 3 this year. I wonder why he keeps answering my phone calls. Anyway, the ending of the video was a liberty we took from the game, which doesn't feature any form of hand-to-hand combat. But ever since I saw Sledge's hammer in the first gameplay video of Siege, I lived with the temptation of having him strike the final blow of the video with that. So our stuntman friends from the unit were so nice to plan and execute a proper hand-to-hand final fight that ends just as I envisioned. Bam! I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you want to keep an eye on what we do. Now we're about to announce 2 original Hive Division projects, but we're not done with video game adaptations. Looks like 2016 is gonna be epic and we can't wait to tell you more about it. See you then!
È veramente una